all eyes are on XRP right now because it's sitting at this super critical crossroads. You've got major market players making these huge moves on one side, a really important network upgrade that just happened, but on the other, you have these powerful rumors swirling around that are creating some intense market tension. So let's break down exactly what's going on.
With all these forces pulling in different directions, one central question just keeps coming up. Which way is XRP going to go? It really feels like we're on the edge of a major, decisive move. So in this explainer, we're going to dig into the key signals to try and understand what might be coming next.
You know, to really get what's happening, you have to see the current market for what it is. It's a battlefield. Seriously. We are witnessing a high-stakes tug of war, a direct collision between two types of players who have completely opposite goals. And that's the source of all this tension.
So, let's break down this conflict. Who are the two sides in this fight? Well, on one side, you have the so-called whales, and on the other, you have this growing force of institutional capital. Let's see how this is all playing out.
Okay, check out this dynamic. On the left, you've got the whales. These are just large individual holders, and they're selling off their tokens, which naturally pushes the price down. But then on the right, you have institutional investors who are swooping in and buying up that very supply, which creates a price floor and stops it from collapsing. It's this incredibly fragile balance, a classic tug of war.
And here is the absolutely crucial point. While the small-time retail investor, the everyday person, seems to have gone a bit quiet lately, the real game is being played by these heavyweights. And if you look at history, it tells us that when they start moving with this kind of intensity, it's usually because something big is right around the corner.
But this tension, this tug of war, it's not the whole story. Let's flip the coin and explore the optimistic view, because there are several factors out there that could dramatically shift this balance and, honestly, change the game completely.
And when we talk about catalysts, oh man, there is one that is making a ton of noise. It's the rumor that Ripple, the company behind XRP, could secure a US banking license. If that gets confirmed, well, let's just say that wouldn't just be good news. No, it would be a total paradigm shift for XRP.
Let's just trace that potential chain reaction, that domino effect. So, step 1, Ripple gets the banking license. That immediately leads to step 2. It becomes a fully regulated financial entity. And from there, step 3, its credibility for international payments just skyrockets. And the final result, step 4, the doors just fly open for massive global institutional adoption.
Okay, now let's move away from the rumors and talk about facts. The XRP ledger just got a major upgrade. And this isn't some small tweak, we're talking about a significant structural overhaul. We're looking at enhanced security, the ability to process a much higher volume of transactions, and critically, it lays the groundwork for things like advanced tokenization down the line. That could open up a ton of new uses and drive demand. The network itself is just fundamentally stronger and more capable than it was before.
Of course, it wasn't all going to be rosy, was it? To get the full picture, we have to talk about the risks, and they're significant. There's one particular ghost kind of haunting the market that has a lot of analysts worried, and its short-term impact could be, well, substantial.
And that risk, it has a number attached to it. The fear is that Ripple could be forced to sell a massive chunk of its XRP reserves. We're talking up to 25%. A sale of that size, especially if it's done quickly, would be, and this is a great way to put it, like opening a tap full blast. It would just flood the market with tokens that would almost certainly cause immense selling pressure and a whole lot of instability. Now, it's just a possibility, not a certainty, but that risk is definitely out there. Okay, enough with the speculation and the what-ifs. What does the on-chain data actually show us? Let's dig into the network activity itself to find some more concrete clues.
One key metric really stands out here, a massive spike in what's called XRP velocity. Put simply, this just measures how quickly tokens are changing hands. You can think of it as the speed of money moving around inside the XRP ecosystem.
And as you can see, that speed has recently gone into overdrive. The money inside the ecosystem is literally moving faster than ever. And here is where it gets really, really interesting. This data has two faces, two totally different ways you can interpret it. The bullish, optimistic read is that, hey, the network is just being used more for what it was built for, real payments, real transfers, actual utility. But the second interpretation, the bearish one, it could be that the big players are just moving their chess pieces around, getting ready for a strong and imminent price move. All right, so we've looked at the market tension, the potential bullish bombshells, the lurking risks, and the direct signals from the network. Now it's time to put all the pieces of this puzzle together and see what final picture we're left with.
So the summary is, we are at a point of super delicate equilibrium. On one side, you have forces pulling the price up, technology that's stronger than ever, and the possibility of news that could change everything. But on the other side, pulling it down, you have this power struggle between whales and institutions and this big fear of a massive sale. And right in the middle of it all, you have this wild card, a network that's suddenly moving faster than ever, and we don't know why.
This all leads to the million-dollar question, doesn't it? Are we witnessing the start of a brand new era for XRP, one that's driven by real utility and actual adoption? Or is this just another speculative bubble, the same old story just waiting to pop? Honestly, only time, and the market is going to reveal the answer.
And hey, before we finish up, a really important reminder. All the content we've gone over here is purely for informational and educational purposes. This is in no way financial advice or a recommendation for you to invest. The crypto market is highly volatile and it carries a very, very high risk. Please always do your own research, and if you need to, consult with a professional before you make any decisions.